All right. Hold on. So I got both of y'all. I'm trying to do both my TikTok and YouTube. We'll see how this goes. And the bad thing is my other tripod broke. So I'm trying to figure out how to set this up as best as possible. So give me about 2.2. Okay. So hopefully everybody can see me on both. This is about as good as it's gonna get, baby. Okay. I will take my jacket off eventually, but y'all already know what it is. You just got your notification. Yeah. The angle is very bad on YouTube, but that's gonna have to work. Okay, y'all. So yes, back to 12,000 steps for today. That should easily be accomplished in about, we'll say, anywhere between an hour and a half, around an hour and a half, hour 40. But I think less than that. Yeah, I never even stopped my watch from yesterday. Okay, so let me make sure I can put it on indoor walk without it causing any issues. And then y'all can tell me how it sounds with the mic on or if I should take it off. Uh, all right, y'all, 12,000 steps. Okay, make sure I'm not glitching or freezing. I'm gonna hold the mic for now. So you already know I like to start with like 2 point something miles per hour as a warm up, especially waking up in the morning and getting on here and walking. I just want to make sure I get the blood flow going. That really drains your watch battery, I'm sure. I mean, I had it on the charger, but I just never stopped the workout. It was just paused the whole time. So, all right, y'all. Y'all know it's Casual Tuesday, so check me out. I got on my black sweatpants, very comfortable. I got on the gym is my happy hour. We have a lot of good topics today, so come as you are, okay? Come as you are to the workout. We're walking for 12,000 steps. Keep it cute, keep it comfortable. Just walk and talk with me. If you have a walking pad, that's amazing. You can walk outside, you can walk in place, or if you just want to lay in bed and talk to me, I'm okay with that. No, I don't. I don't even have a little brother. Well, I guess I have a step brother now. But anyway. Whew. Okay, Legacy, I see you coming in on the YouTube side of the house. Good morning, independent thinker. Yeah, I'm just trying to get myself warmed up. Today was one of those mornings where I just didn't feel like getting up. And Lord, I'm not saying wake up. I'm just saying get out the bed. Let's make sure we're clear on that. I just didn't feel like getting out the bed. So we starting off nice and easy. And then we're going to get going, y'all. Let me warm up, okay? So I'm at 2.3 miles per hour. At the 3-minute mark, I'm going to get rolling. Y'all gave me like 12, 13 good topics to hit. I don't know if we'll be able to hit all of them because I feel like certain ones we're going to get stuck on. Yeah. But good conversation for this morning. Good way to start. So I got 25 more seconds. My dog doesn't give me the option. That's the only reason why I don't have a dog. I didn't get another one. Y'all know I had a dog for 11 years. But I think I'm kind of enjoying the lack of responsibility of being a pet owner. Not having my dog was very well trained, but every now and then they may have a little accident. So my carpet is hair free, bathroom free. So, all right, y'all. I'm about to take this jacket off. Getting a little warmed up. You miss sleeping in? Well, tomorrow will be my sleep-in day. All right. So at any point, if you cannot hear me, please let me know. Y'all know I haven't been using my mics. So if for any reason you can't hear me, let me know. Okay, let me see. Which one do I want to bring us in with? Because y'all had some really good. You know, it's interesting. Every time I do walking talks, all roads lead to the same thing. Wait, we got legs tomorrow. Yep, leg days tomorrow, y'all. Woo. So just in case, YouTube family, I also got TikTok going, just in case y'all didn't hear me say that earlier. So I got both platforms going. We walking and talking. We getting it in early in this morning. So I'm looking at all the questions that y'all want or topics we want to go over for today. I'm trying to see how to ease into this because, baby, I started off strong. Okay, let's just start with the reason go in order. So gut health, okay? So the first one y'all hit me with was gut health. Let's talk about it. First, y'all know that no matter what topic I hit, all roads will lead to the same thing. And that's what I was getting ready to say earlier. Every time I do these walking talks and I gain knowledge about all these different topics we've hit, all roads lead to the same direction. I feel like no matter what we talk about, you're going to hear me say it's based off of having a good diet, making sure you're working out, getting good sleep. Like, no matter what the topic is, that's always going to be the answer, somewhere in there. Because let's get into gut health. So you have microbiomes that it's like bacteria that your body uses, right? And so I'm going to combine some of these topics because y'all hit me with pre and probiotic. And that kind of goes in the same, you kind of put that same category as gut health. Hey, champion. Thank you for engaging. I appreciate it. But all that kind of goes in the same category. One thing I always say you gotta be mindful of if you have any medical issues. So if you deal with IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, or anything that deals with your colon to any capacity, remember, it's just like with our hormones we talked about. Some things medically are going to be the issue versus just it's being a simple fix. Good morning, Tanika. So when it comes to our gut health, that's some of the things we have to look at. The number one thing, once again, what is your diet looking like? I'm sure y'all have heard of the saying, you are what you eat, right? We've heard that. And a lot of that is accurate, right? If I'm eating a lot of processed foods, sugar, alcohol, y'all already know what it's doing to your body. So that's why I say deep down, when people ask me questions, any question about health and fitness, I know you already know the answer. I think a lot of times you just want that. What word am I really looking for? Because you know the answer. You already know. So I don't know if you just need that extra, like, I ain't say reassurance, but to tell you that what you're thinking is true, or if you're looking for a loophole. There is no loophole really when it comes to health and fitness. Once again, it's going to lead back to your lifestyle, your diet. Are you working out? Are you getting good rest? But for the gut health, confirmation. There you go, Legacy. Thank you. That's a good word I could have used. Confirmation. So I guess a lot of times people are looking for, confirmation on what they're thinking. Is that true? Is it accurate? Or is there another route they can take to reach their goal? So when it comes to our gut health, when you take a pre or probiotic, and I cannot tell y'all the way some of these platforms work. Hey, Teresa, good morning, good morning. I can't tell y'all some of the supplements or pre probiotics that my sister and I like to take, because if it's not in the TikTok shop, I can't talk about it. Or I get restricted. So Mainly what a pre and probiotic do is the pre, basically, it gives you that good healthy bacteria that your gut needs. Remember I told you everything in your body has like a job. Your body can already do what it needs to be done. We just tend to want to give it outside help. So like when it comes to I think somebody asked me about detoxing. Detoxing is good to do, or it's okay to do, but remember your liver and your kidney already does the work for you. Our body was made to be self-sufficient, right? We just feel like sometimes we need to help it along, right? You just got to help it along. But your body will already detox on its own. You just got to make sure you're giving it what it needs, like water. Okay? So back to that gut health, you got to make sure you're giving your body what it needs. Even when it comes to like the pre and probiotics, you can naturally get that in food. Everything that you can get in supplements, you can get it from food, right? But a lot of times we tend to, once again, want to aid our body along, and we want to add that supplement because we're not able to get it from our food, just because naturally we may not even like it, right? But as far as the eating part, you already know what it is. You stick to your 3 macros: protein, fat, healthy carbs. The biggest thing is making sure the type of carbs you eat are complex carbs. You already know what that looks like. Just think of on the healthier side, when you eat a carb, whether it's rice or if it's a French fry, which one would you think is the healthier way to go? If I'm eating some jasmine rice or brown rice versus getting a French fry, they're both carbs, right? But which one do you think probably is the better one to get? That is your answer when it comes to trying to figure out, because I know I have to tell you. That is your answer when it comes to rice. There you go, baby girl. The thing about rice, though, is we just got to make sure we're eating it in the right portions. When it comes to rice, businesses or just us in general, when we cook, we give ourselves way more than a serving. If you ever actually measure out a cup, or 1 serving, should I say? Not 1 cup, 1 serving, you'll be amazed at how much rice that really is. It's not as much as you think. So imagine when you go to all these different like Chinese restaurants and different things like that, how much they really give you. So when you take a prebiotic, that's like a non-digestive fiber, and it aids with your probiotic. Hey, was it Olivia? I'm sorry, I couldn't see it. It went so fast. When you said that before, did it was like, that's too much. Yeah, when it comes to rice. So yeah, the prebiotic helps benefit the bacteria that's in your gut. So like I said, everything in your body has a job. That's why I told y'all when it comes to getting sleep at night, you need to make sure your body's able to do just that, sleep. You're not eating right before you go to bed. And that also can help with gut health. Gut health is also a major part of like your colon. So if you're eating, and this is what a lot of people do, and I'm guilty of it too, we'll eat and then we just sit. How many of y'all do that? You eat, you sit, you talking to, when you go out to eat, you sit there and talk and have a conversation, or you're ready to go lay down, you got the itis. So a lot of us do that. It's not even 7. What time is it there, Teresa? So we'll eat, we'll lay down, and guess what? It makes it so hard for that food to get moving. The best thing you can do to help your gut is after you eat, walk. Get moving. Let me increase my speed, y'all. I'm at 3.3 miles per hour. And you don't have to walk for a long time. Guilty. I did it last night, to be honest. I maybe walked for like 2 minutes, like in place. I just wasn't feeling good. So I made myself something small to eat. And I was trying to watch the game, but I really didn't have no dog in that fight. So I was just watching it just to watch. But I wasn't feeling too good. So I was like, let me make something to eat. Maybe that's the problem. So I didn't eat a lot yesterday. And then I immediately wanted to lay down. But I was like, let me just stand and walk. So I walked in place for a couple of minutes. You can also take a probiotic after Normally you want to take it before to give it time, but depending on what time it is that you eat, you can also take a probiotic. But you want to make sure that food isn't just sitting. That walking pad in the living room collecting dust. Go ahead and wipe it off. Let's go. Did you eat before walking in the morning? No. So it's very rare that I'm going to eat before I walk. I get up like around 6:30, 6 o'clock, 6:30, somewhere in there. It just depends on the day. And then normally I'll get started with trying to get everything ready for working out. So normally I will eat after this. So yeah, once I get done walking, that's when I'm gonna go eat. So y'all already know my breakfast is normally high protein based. So I do my protein pancake and I eat the same thing. That's one thing you will learn about a lot of fitness people. They eat the same thing. They eat what works for their body. And there's so many people out there who's like, oh, I can't eat the same thing. And I just kind of laugh because they say if it's not, it's not broke. Yeah. So if you see that a lot of people that you attain to look like or body goals say they eat the same thing, why not just give it a try? Just give it a try. You don't have to eat the same thing for long, but a lot of time it helps with having your food already prepped. You make it in bulk, you're done. I need variety every now and again. You're on your way to work? Okay. Well, I'm glad you got on, Teresa. But that's what a lot of people say. A lot of people say they need a lot of variety. And I'm not saying you have to eat the same thing for like a long period of time, but like maybe for a couple of days. Because what normally happens when people eat a lot of variety is people don't like to cook every day. Groceries have gotten expensive. You don't like cooking every day. So a lot of times we'll go to Wendy's. Good morning, Miss Gigi. We'll go to Wendy's or we'll go to a fast food restaurant because it's cheaper, right? I can go to Wendy's and get a biggie bag and be good, right? We walking and talking, Miss Gigi. Walking and talking. So the benefit of if you eat the same thing for a couple of days is at least you're able to have it in bulk. I do not eat fast food. So you actually cook every single day. And it's actually good meals. You got your protein, fat, carbs. Because most people, that isn't the case. I would love to see that. Unless you're in the fitness world already, I would love to see that Monday through Sunday or Sunday through Monday, however you want to look at the week. Sunday through Saturday, however. I would love to see somebody who eats healthy, which I don't think anybody does that. I don't think anybody really does that for real. Get their macro, full amount of protein, carbs, and healthy fats. I would love to see that. And you're cooking every single day. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Because what people do, they don't cook. They say they're going to cook. Like, I like variety. I'm going to cook. But then something happens, right? The slightest thing changes your schedule for the day. You get an emergency. You're delayed at work. Something happens with one of your kids. And guess what happens? Now the time that you had planned to cook or whatever, now you're like, oh, I'm going to go through the fast food line. Or I'm going to grab something quick. That's normally what happens. So that's why if you're willing to eat the same thing, you already have it prepped. It's already in the refrigerator. You just grab it and go. How long is 12,000 on the treadmill? It varies. Today will probably be about an hour and a half, hour 40. I'm not walking as fast as I normally go. Normally I'm at 3.8. I'm at 3.3. I think me running on Saturday, I kind of pushed it too hard a little bit. You know, why couldn't I just do like 2-3 miles? I had to do 5. So I'm still kind of feeling the after effects of that. And then when I tell y'all having stage 4 endometriosis or even adenomyosis, y'all don't believe when I say I will let somebody win an argument because my body flares up so easily now. So I was on the phone, and this is a side note, y'all, but we're still talking about health. I was on the phone yesterday because I was trying to get some stuff with my insurance. Yesterday was so cute. Oh, I missed it. How long do you walk after a meal? It depends on how much I ate and how stuffed my body's feeling. If my body's feeling very stuffed, I'll walk for maybe like 20 to 30 minutes. And it's a casual walk. It's not like how I'm walking right now. It's just a very casual walk, you know? Maybe how when I was first warming up, when I had it on like 2 miles per hour, like that. You just want to really keep your body moving. It's not really about speed. Just stay moving. Yeah, probably are. Well, like it's a little more on there, Kate Ellis. But what I was saying is, so yesterday I was on the phone with somebody from the insurance company because I just felt like my premium was too high, especially when I'm not gonna jinx myself. But yeah, I thought my premium was too high. Anyway, I had an issue with the lady, the insurance claim person, and let me tell y'all how quickly I flare up. So she was irritating me a little bit because I was trying to explain to her I had already called in earlier that day. The representative didn't know what she was doing. She couldn't answer my questions. And I already been on the phone with her for 25 minutes. And then I got transferred to somebody else. And I was keeping it real nice, y'all. So there was no issues with me and the first rep. No problems at all. She just didn't know how to, help me. Then she transferred me to somebody else. And they want you to start the whole thing all over. That's what I'm not going to do. So I politely told the guy, hey, I appreciate you for, coming on. But I'm not about to repeat all that. I'll call later. So I called later on that night. I get a representative. I'm trying to explain to her what the first representative told me earlier that day. She kind of started getting an attitude. And I'm trying to let her know, like, hey, remember, you're at work, not me. Keep it cute. And she was like, I am keeping it cute. And I'm like, no, you're not. It doesn't feel like it. So, just for me getting a little irritated with her, I started flaring up. So, your mind and body connect, baby. So even though I was irritated up here, because I want to say so much to this lady. Like, lady, you picked this job, not me. She ended up being nice towards the end. Okay. I like that. You're the cop that stays in shape. I like it. Everything ended up going good. But y'all, that's just how fast I flared up. The fact that I was so irritated with the way she was talking and kind of getting the attitude. Of course, she calmed down. Once she realized you're not gonna get me there with you. I was not gonna go there with her. But I flared up a little bit. So I think between me running Saturday, getting flared up yesterday, that's when my body woke up the way it was. All right, y'all. We're at 21 minutes. I know I started walking kind of slow, so we'll see where I'm at. I'm probably behind on steps. Okay, not too bad. I'm at a little over 1,900 steps. I should have been about a little over 2,000. So I'm not too far behind. You're at 3 minutes, but hey, you started. That's 3 more minutes than some other people. So good job. Keep it up. Let's go to our next topic. Prevent muscle breakdown. Prevent muscle breakdown. How do we prevent our muscles from breaking down? Whew. Okay. So I'll start with like every day, and then I'll start with like my people who may be in menopause and the changes you have to make. I know we kind of touched on this last Tuesday, but we're gonna hit it again. So prevent muscle breakdown. It was just said a different way. So I already told y'all when it comes to building your muscle, you already know which macro does that, right? Protein. So out of our 3 macros, protein is the one that you need when it comes to our muscles. You want to get anywhere from 0.8 to 1.2 grams per pound. Everybody's going to have their different thoughts on this. So I'm just giving you what works for me and my thoughts, okay? So please I don't care what any other trainer has said. That's just what works for them, okay? That's all I can give you is what works for me. And what normal science has backed up when it comes to muscles, right? So 0.8 to 1.2, depending on where you are in your muscle growth and where you want to be. But the biggest thing is making sure you are getting your macros in. The reason I'm always going to say macros, because I told y'all this before, maybe like when I first started coming on here, your macros all have a job, okay? Our carbs are our first line energy source. That's what your body automatically uses anytime we want to get up and go. Our healthy fats help with our organs and our brain function, and our protein helps with our muscles. They have way more, their job description is longer than that, but I'm just giving y'all the short run of each one so you kind of understand what their duties are. So it's not often that whenever you're out and about that your body's going to get all the way down to having to break down your muscle, but because it's going to start with your carbs, right? So any carbs you have is going to start with that, and then a lot of people do fasted cardio. That way it can then hit the fat, right? And then of course if you don't have any fat, what's left is going to start breaking down the muscle. But normally that takes a long time for it to get there. That's like, I haven't ate in a really long time, my body's starting to break down. That's when it gets to that level. But as far as preventing muscle breakdown, you have to make sure you're getting your protein. That's what helps build it up. So remember we talked about every time you work out, you're breaking your muscles down, right? So every time we work out, you're like breaking it down. And then between stretch, rest, and getting that protein, that's what's able to build it back up. So even though it feels good in the gym, like you know the blood's pumping, you feeling, that's when you feel swole, right? When you've been doing arm day. So you think that's when your body is doing the building. That's not when it's doing this building. That's when it's doing the tear down. So I call it renovations. Working out is like the renovation part, right? That's when you do the breakdown of it. And then I say recovery, protein. When I say recovery, like sleep, that's when you're now building this beautiful project back up, okay? So that's how you have to look at it. When I'm sleeping, when I'm getting my protein, when I'm eating healthy, that's when I'm building my amazing renovation, okay? So that's how you're going to prevent that muscle breakdown. You got to make sure you're giving your body what it needs. At the end of the day, that's the answer to almost every question. Your body was made to do what you need it to do. You just got to make sure you're giving it exactly what it needs to get the job done. Just like how you need certain resources at work, your body's the same way, right? You might need your computer, depending on what your job is. If you're a hairstylist, there's certain resources you need, right, to get the job done. You just need them and you can create it. That's how your body is. I just need the proper food. I need you to work out. And I can do everything you need me to do. I can detox your body for you. I can recover for you. I can heal wounds for you. It can do everything. So that's how we're going to prevent muscle breakdown, y'all. You got to make sure you're getting that protein. I know my ladies, we struggle the most with getting our protein in. It is something about it, right? I don't know what it is, but we struggle. I tell y'all the main thing you want to focus on is trying to do like a protein shake. I normally don't like those just because I rather chew my food. But if you are having trouble, I would definitely say Premier Protein, Core Power. Those are my top two. If anybody in here has a protein drink they like, throw it in the chat. I'll look it up to kind of see if it's a good one. Because remember, a lot of our protein drinks have a lot of sugar in it. So you have to be mindful of that. Thank you, Teresa. I just read your comment. Right. Okay, so let's see. That kind of goes hand in hand with the next one. I drink. Okay. Slim Fast. You know. Oh, hold on, yeah. I might need to. Let me plug my computer up real quick, y'all. Hold on. Gotta plug it up, y'all. I forgot I had it in my room yesterday. Ooh. Man down, YouTube. Man down. Hey, that girl. Okay, I had to plug my computer up really quickly. Okay. I've heard of that one. Good morning, Butterscotch. What you walking on? This is a walking pad. It's actually in my storefront. So if you want to check it out, it's in there. It's from Jack Job. Just Move Protein. Let me see. Y'all, if I'm missing what you're putting in, just know that the chat's moving a little faster than I can see it. But I'm going to look up some of these proteins because I think a lot of people get mistaken about what's considered a good protein. Good morning, Sports Fanatic. It has a lot more sugar. So I'm trying to see if I can get some of these ingredients. Just Move Protein. Let me get the nutrition facts. So I'm looking this one up right now. Just Move. So this is looks like the protein powder. It's the banana pudding one. Serving size is 1 scoop. Calories is 115. Total fat 4 grams. Sodium 101. Protein 20. Total sugar 0. I was kind of expecting it to have more protein. That's not bad. That's 115 calories. So I'm looking up. This was called Just Move Protein, y'all. Chocolate and peanut butter. Is it clean? So this one isn't bad. I was expecting it to have more protein. More protein in it though. Let's see, blueberry muffin. Sodium. Yeah, looks like all of them probably have like about 20 grams. I think this drink I had yesterday had like 100. I think it had either 110 or 120 calories, but it had 30 grams of protein. Beverly Muscle Protein Powder. I've never heard of some of these. So, okay, now I'm looking up Beverly Powder Protein. Rocking Protein. Never heard of that one either. It says Beverly Muscle Protein Powder typically contains around 120 calories, 20 grams of protein, 3 grams of fat. So I'm assuming, I'm gonna say it don't list, it has 2 grams of sugar. That's not a bad one. I wonder what the size of it is though. That's not a bad one. Y'all got another one you want me to check out? Okay. What is that one? Protein. Nutrition. $160. That one has a little more calories in it than I would want. Is that the pro side of it? Let's see if it's the non-pro. Well, it's all pro. You got the 000, but it has 160 calories, 23 grams of protein, 3 grams of total fat, and 4 grams of sugar. So we're starting to get a little more sugar in there. You got more calories, 3 grams more protein. What is that one? Let me see. So yeah, right now I'm just looking up protein. Protein, nutrition. Okay, 100 calories, 22 grams of protein. So far, I like this one probably the best out of all of them. So, what is that? CQ? Is that how you say it? CQ? So if you're looking for a good I don't know how this one tastes, but looking at the nutrition facts, it doesn't look too bad. It's 100 calories, 22 grams of protein, 0 grams of fat, 1 gram of carbs, and it's also sugar-free and lactose-free. So I may have to try that one. Is that one only sold online? Good to have. How much protein is good to have in a protein shake? So it also depends on what the calorie count is on there. So, and also it depends on what your goals are, because you have to balance out the protein versus the calories. But for me, normally for a protein shake, I don't want to have anything less than 20. Nothing less than 20. I think on average, I've seen between 20 and 40. 40 on the higher end, I think is Core Power. I think the chocolate one for Core Power. Let's look, Core Power. I think you get about 40 grams. Oh, they have one for 42 grams. Protein shake. Let's look at the nutrition facts on that one though. A 42-gram Core Power Elite Shake. See, but here's the catch though with this one, y'all. This one has 230 calories. So yeah, I like Premier. Premier is my go-to. So Premier is probably the one I'm always gonna go to, because I do like that it has 30 grams. The calorie count isn't bad, considering that you are getting more of those grams of protein. The Core Power Elite, even though you are getting 42 grams, it's 230 calories and includes 8 grams of sugar, but it's not added sugar. It's just based off of the fruit that I think is in this one. I think this is the strawberry one. So yeah, because it has strawberry in there, it's gonna have some of that natural sugar. So, Muscle Sport Protein Powder, my fave, is cookie and cream. Oh, I love me a good cookie and cream. The Premier Protein has one that's like I think it is cookie and cream, and they have one that's like a peanut butter. Those are my 2 favorites to get when it comes to Premier. Premier Protein, the person who put in about CQ, can you throw it? I think that's what the name of it was. I think you said something about where you got it from. Can you throw that back in there for me, or so can someone pin it? I just want to see. Okay, so, okay, we don't shop there, but okay. Online. Okay, we'll see where it is. Okay, maybe we just go right to the right to the source. We don't shop there, okay? But yeah, I would definitely say, oh, TikTok has them, Amazon has it. Okay, what's the price, y'all? Hey, thank you for engaging with the chat. Did I say $54? For how many? How many for $54? Let's talk about this. Listen, Linda, listen. For $54, it is for a case. See, yeah, so whoever likes CQ, tell us what okay, a container. Okay, so $54 for the container. I'm pretty sure that's like 30 servings or something like that. Because it's just a protein powder, right? It's juice. How's the taste? Also has a clear protein drink as well. So everybody interested in this CQ 22. So for $54, I get 22 servings. Baby, this better change my life. I know protein's expensive. I'm kind of just talking, but still. Let me look at my... Yeah, I will always be a Premier Protein person. Between the amount of the grams of protein and the calories, Premier Protein, y'all, I eat on a budget, okay? I am the true definition. I have instant fly by just that has collagen. Okay, how much is that one? Good morning, A. In this economy, y'all, we got to get fit on a budget. I get it. We have to sacrifice for certain things that are important. But a protein shake, I don't think. Sometimes it's just, I think it's just the name of why it's so expensive. Thank you for the heart meat chocolate diva. I appreciate it. I've been walking for 40 minutes, y'all. Doesn't even feel like it. I just joined. What'd you say? I just said the Core Power drinks are one of my favorites between Premier Protein and Core Power. Those are for the price. It's $55. Oh, y'all got money in this chat. Oh, okay. Y'all got money. But how is that? How much the price that y'all just put for $54? Was that for the dance to fit? Okay, she runs specials all the time. Okay, so we'll have to catch her on a special. Baby, I just hit 10K followers. I'm not making no money like that, okay? But thank y'all for getting me to 10K. Woo, woo, woo. Hold on, let me cheers to that. So my YouTube fam on here, right, I stay on a budget. I just hit 10K on TikTok, so we had to cheers to that. But until I start making money, Premier Protein, Core Power. Y'all too rich for my blood in here, baby. So I need tips on what's the most affordable. So for me, like Kroger, sometimes you have to go to Kroger and go to their clearance section. I was able to get 4 bottles of Premier Protein, y'all. 4 bottles. That's what their little case comes in. 4 bottles for, I think it was like $4 or $5, but it was on sale. It happened to be on clearance. The normal price is $9.99. I think that's pretty good for 4 bottles. So I think Premier Protein is probably one of the better options, especially because it does have a good taste. Protein powder might be, as far as the amount of servings you can get from certain protein powder, especially if you just stick to like the basic protein powder and not have like all the different stuff in it. It might be better to go with, look, just trying to make sure. Thank you, Teresa, I appreciate that. So yeah, Sam's Club. Okay, Sam's Club. I've been meaning to get a membership with either Sam's Club or Costco's. Which one do y'all prefer? I think they both give military discounts. So I just need to see which one's closest to me though. Maybe that's where the decision come in, right? Which one's closer? Let's go. Costco or Sam's Club, y'all. Which one do we prefer? But I'm going to have to look into that because I definitely enjoyed having the Premier Protein. Costco, better quality products, both are near me. Are the prices about the same for Costco and Sam's Club? Sam's, both, Costco. You said the price is not the same or about the same? I use both near me. Hold on, which one y'all said is pricier? That's the one I need to stay away from. Oh, okay. So Sam's is only a few cents cheaper. It's not a big difference between the two. Okay. Good morning, Cynthia. Woo. Okay. Costco is higher. Costco sound like, to me, when I think Costco and Sam's, I think Target versus Walmart. I feel like Costco is more the Target. Why am I doing 12,000 steps? Just to get moving. Moving and grooving. I do low impact cardio once a week. I don't focus too much on cardio. I'm not really trying to lose weight like that. But I like having goals. So I like to set a number. That's just how I am. Sam is Walmart. Yeah, definitely got to try Premier. Okay. It is about quality though. It is about quality. Depends on where you live. Yeah. So I only do it once a week. Just get some steps in just to feel good. I did arms yesterday. Tomorrow I got leg day. So I feel like this is a good way to get the blood flow going. Get my body moving. It's low impact, so it doesn't really affect my joints and ligaments too bad. But it makes me feel good throughout the day. Ooh, y'all, these comments coming in fast. Okay. I think I get a good discount. Are there any veterans in here or military folks that use Sam or Costco? Can y'all tell me if there are any benefits? I've been walking y'all for 45 minutes. If you did arms yesterday, how long did your workout last? So I did it twice. So I do my arm workout at 7:30 in the morning, and I do it again on my other platform at 11:30. So I did a total of, maybe it was about an hour total. I think it was a little over an hour of arms. Protein shake comparison. Hey Ellis, what did Chantel say? Pin her comment. Yeah, I've been walking for 45 minutes. Girl, I can't mess with you. I did 30 minutes and I'm done. Thank you for motivating me to get. Well, good job. Yeah, I'm glad you even moved. Some people just laying in bed right now. Hey, Cheetah Girl. Whew. When you do full body workout. Okay, I missed your comment. Just put it in again. I saw that you worked out earlier. I saw you. Okay, you walking right now? I think I saw that you were on live walking earlier. Grass fed, go to. You do full body workouts, how long does it take? I also do that twice. But the workout itself takes anywhere, if I'm doing just cardio, it's gonna be 40 minutes like hit. So anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes of just hit. That's what I'm talking about. I have a walking buddy across country. I'm proud of you, girl. Y'all, Big Cheetah. Woo, she gonna be a walking testimony, baby. So y'all tune in. She's always on live. She's going through some stuff. I'm not gonna put her business out there. Y'all just tune into her live. She'll talk about it. Well, big ups to you. I'm glad you're pushing through and walking. I think your story alone will kind of show people that when you're dealing with things medically, how important working out is. And like when I tell you your story alone, like there's no excuse for nobody else. For you to still be moving and grooving after everything you've been dealing with, girl, I got no excuses. Thank you. That's good work. See, I was expecting you to say something negative the way you were interrogating me. Was that something sauce? Sauce smooth? I just knew you about to say something negative. Yeah, go Big Cheetah. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let me get on. Let's talk about sauna after working out. Somebody asked me yesterday about saunas after working out. Saunas are actually good. Just like anything else, you want to have a balance when it comes to being in the sauna. I love the sauna. That's a good way to detox. It's a good way to dilate your blood vessels So it can help lower blood pressure. It opens up your pores. It's relaxing, and it's also good for muscle recovery. So if you ever wonder why people go to the sauna after they work out, it's really good for to relax. So it's a stress reliever. It helps with muscle recovery. Y'all, the sauna after workout, amazing. I'm glad I found you, girl. Cause it's crazy how much you push through. It definitely shows me I have no excuses. Even with my endometriosis and adenomyosis, you never know how bad something is until you compare it to something else, or how good you have it, should I say, until you compare it to something else. So, and you keep pushing through. I always hit the sauna after my workout. I don't always get to hit it, especially if you go to like Planet Fitness, Lifetime might. But I know if you go to certain gyms, they don't even have saunas. But that's one of the things I try to look for when it comes to looking for a home gym. I mean, y'all know I don't go to a gym, but if I had one, that's what I would look for. Does it have a sauna? I need more. Okay, I'm gonna go into belly fat next, okay? But sauna after you work out is definitely a good idea. Try to get maybe 15 to 20 minutes if you can. I'll keep pushing as long as you promise you. Girl, pinky promise. We in there. Go ahead, pinky promise with me. So if I'm feeling good, I'll try to do 30 minutes. But if it's just like, there you go, pinky promise, I like it. And that's one thing I definitely try to do is break a promise. I just finished some training and now joining the walk. Let's go. Join the walk. Right now I've been going for 50 minutes. I'm feeling pretty good. I think that's the difference between me having it at 3.8 and 3.3 miles per hour. For some reason, this speed feels so much better. Like, y'all, the longest walk, they had to maintain, what was it? Was it 3 miles per hour? There you go, Big Cheetah. Let them know. Tap while I walk, baby. I work out at home. I keep getting told I should go to the gym or it's not good enough. You know, I almost had someone tell me that too. Well, they didn't almost. They said it. I had someone tell me the same thing, that if you don't go to the gym, that you're not going to see the results you want to see. But it's not really about your results that you can see or going to the gym, not going to. At the end of the day, these are the variables. What is your current size? Where are you at in your fitness journey? Because okay, Big Cheetah, I appreciate you. You know, I'm going to show some love back to you. Once I get off, one of your lives, I'll be able to join and show the love back. What was I about to say, y'all? I lost my train of thought. So put me back on. What were we talking about? Oh, home versus gym. So I was told the same thing. The issue is, for instance, I weigh 120 pounds, right? So for me, lifting right now, I don't need to lift super heavy. So the weights that I need to lift, I can have at home. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Shereen. Y'all put me back on. So for me, I even have a barbell. So the amount of weights that I have at home they suffice versus me going to the gym right now. Mind you, as I do progressive overload, as I want to get higher up in weight, then maybe I want to go to the gym if I don't want to pay for the weights. Anything you can do at the gym, you can do at home. Please don't let people confuse you and tell you have to go to the gym. Unless you're trying to be a bodybuilder, I don't believe you have to go to the gym. I think any weights or equipment, you can get home equipment. Now, some people only use just dumbbells and kettlebells. You have a whole gym at home, right? So you can work out at home. Don't feel like you have to go to the gym. And that's what I'm trying to tell this person. I'm like, I have good equipment here. A lot of the equipment you go to at the gym, to be honest, are for beginners. And this if you go to like a Planet Fitness, Lifetime, those type of gyms. I'm not talking about your specialty gyms. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the gyms that the average lifestyle person goes to. It's made for beginners. It has a lot of equipment that's made to help with your posture, to make sure you don't over rotate, to show you what it works and how to do it. For those of, I knew I was about to do this. TikTok. But as long as you have a decent amount of dumbbells, kettlebells, or even a barbell at home, you can get some good weight in. We're not trying to lift the whole gym. I feel like I'm seeing great results with my arms. When I look at old videos, I'm like, okay, I can see a difference. Do I need to move up in weights? Yes. The problem is most of the equipment that people have at home, they're just not heavy enough. We keep like the 8 pound, the 10 pound. But the weight that we need, it does cost a lot. To get a 20-pound dumbbell alone probably costs like $25 just for one 20-pound dumbbell. So just think, if I try to get a set of dumbbells, 20-pound dumbbells probably come out $50. So if to lift the weight that you need to, then maybe if you're not willing to put the money out to get the dumbbells or kettlebells you need, yeah, you said 10 pounds here. So that really would be the problem with working out at home. If you don't have the higher weight, but you don't need a lot of equipment to get it done. So if you have higher weight dumbbells, kettlebells, or even a good barbell, you can work out at home. Oh, you got everything, Navy girl. The money I would spend a month, I invested in the weights for myself. Very true. Very true. You invested in the adjustable weights. Yeah, me and this person almost got into a full-blown argument. And I'm like, you can work out at home. I think the way this person was thinking is like, I just got these rinky-dinky weights. And it's like, no. I don't have to lift. You can lift a decent amount of heavy weight and just do more reps, if that's the case. Yes, you can get your results faster if you're lifting heavy and you progressive overload. But if you don't have the money right now, use the weights you have and continue to progressive overload with the rep count, the intensity, the sets. There's so many variables you can change until you get to where you need to. I'm telling you, y'all, I work out on a budget. I do everything on a budget. And I still feel like I'm able to get reach my goals. I did tell y'all I do plan on investing in some more weights because I've been using these 12 and 15 pound weights for quite some time. So it is time for me to, increase my weights. So I will be moving up eventually to a 20 pound. Maybe I'll be on my birthday list, Christmas list of things I want. You're getting old, and that's what you asked for. I'm walking on a walking pad. If you go to my storefront, you'll see it in there. It's called Jag Jog. Jog. So yeah, so walking pad. I improved LJ's program. It works. I feel good. I'm down in inches. Let's go, Kay Ellis. Kay Ellis, you definitely put in the work. That's what it comes from. You're motivated. I just give y'all the resources, but you be putting in the work, baby. But let's see. My next program start date. Let me look at my calendar. December 1st. We start December 1st. So after Thanksgiving, if y'all trying to get your, body back moving and grooving and feel good again, we start December 1st. All the info you need is in my bio. I also do consultations, y'all. So if y'all just need somebody to give you like a quick boost of like how to get your, a jump start, you can always do a consult with me. I'm not knocking anybody over the head price-wise, but you got to get in now because next year the price gonna increase. But I'll grandfather anybody in who does any type of consult with me now. If you do one again next year, you still keep the same price. I'm with it. So I got like 13 months worth of programs, starting from beginner all the way to next level. Get in where you fit in, baby. Got nutrition plans. Who wouldn't want LJ as a coach, baby? I think I'm a great coach. All right, y'all, we're almost at an hour, and then I'm gonna do a check-in and see where I'm at with my steps. Let's see. Okay, so now, once I hit this hour mark, which is in 90 seconds, we're gonna talk about belly fat. I know this conversation is gonna have a lot of questions, but let's get into it. I've already kind of hit this a couple of times. Yes, you are. Thank you, Tina. So I just hit 3 miles on my walking pad. Remember, the miles you walk probably isn't very accurate on walking pads or treadmills because it's a rotating belt. So the amount of steps I've taken versus how fast it's rotating probably doesn't add up. So just be mindful of that whenever you're walking. It might be a little off from how much you really walk. That's based off your stride length. So in about 35 seconds, we're gonna go into belly fat. Anybody who's still out there walking with me, let's keep going. I appreciate it. I'm gonna read y'all. I'm gonna read for y'all what it says on Google. How long does it normally take you? It don't take like an hour and a half to do 12,000. LJ, check your DMs because I do something. Okay, I'll check. Thank y'all for 15K taps. Let's go. Way to go, way to go. All right, y'all, let me do my step check real quick, and then we're gonna get to this belly fat. Okay, I'm a little behind. I'm at 5,500. Right now, I'm at 3.3. I'm gonna move it up. I'm gonna move it up 3.6. So right now, I'm at 3.6 miles per hour. So yeah, I gotta speed it up, y'all. I was walking a little too slow. I might even jog for y'all. Because I gotta get this in an hour and a half. And right now, I'm definitely behind. That don't work for me. But let's get into belly fat. If I can talk. So, what it says, I'm gonna break it down for you. Belly fat is excess fat stored around the abdomen, which includes both subcutaneous, which is under the skin, and visceral, deep around organ fat, or visceral, however y'all want to say the word, okay? So the difference between the two different fats, right? You have fat that goes along your stomach that protects your organs, and then you have fat that when you just pinch your skin, it's naturally gonna pull. That's your subcutaneous fat, right? The subcutaneous fat is more so the fat that, if you Google it, that's pretty much what you see when they show you the yellow glob of fat. That's what that looks like versus the muscle. So if you Google muscle versus fat, you see the difference in how big that fat can look. So if you Google 1 pound of fat versus 1 pound of muscle, you'll see the difference. Hey, but at least you can walk that. Whew, y'all. Okay, so let's talk about belly fat. Belly fat can come in 2 different ways and 4 different reasons. Belly fat is unused energy. So I'm gonna say this very simple. Belly fat, or fat in general, is unused energy. What I mean by that is, calories is energy, right? So when you eat food, the calories you're consuming is giving you energy, right? And then when you work out, the calories you burn are calories that you've exerted, okay? So when those two don't balance each other, when I'm not consuming the same amount that I'm exerting, that's unused energy that's staying on my body, okay? So some people just got a lot of unused energy. That's a cute way of saying it. You just got a lot of unused energy. That's what it is. We've talked about with menopause, okay? We talked about with menopause, when your estrogen goes down, estrogen is part of what helps fat distribution. So as you go into menopause, that's when it can sit more in your abdominal area because you don't have that estrogen. It's not high enough, okay, to regulate that. So those are the two differences. So some people, it's just because their estrogen levels. So for my ladies, your estrogen levels have just dropped. And so that's why we have to be more intentional, make sure we're getting everything we can through our nutrition and working out. And then for everybody else who doesn't necessarily deal with the hormonal issues, you said that's you, Butterscotch. For everybody else who's not dealing with that estrogen issue, it's because you're not using enough of that energy, right? You're consuming way more than you need to. Now, your body does not get to, well, hold on, let me re-say that. You don't get to decide for your body where the fat comes from. So if you're like, I work out, I do this, I do that, it just won't leave my belly. Well, your body gets to decide where it pulls from. I talked to y'all about if your car was flooded and you're like, I just need the driver's seat to be clear so I can drive. I don't care where the rest of the water is. You can't just pull water from the driver's seat, right? So I can't just say, well, I'm just gonna drain my car from the driver's seat and everything else can stay how it is. No. And you start pulling buckets of water out your car, that flooded car is gonna slowly start to lose the water, right? And eventually, you can get to the driver's seat, right? That's kind of how your body works. You don't get to decide, hey, I'm gonna do some crunches, some sit-ups. I'm gonna do all these different ab exercises to lose this belly fat. That's not how it works. So just because you're doing exercises to work that area doesn't mean you're getting rid of the belly fat. What you're targeting is your muscle, right? So just like when you do bicep curls, when you do leg extensions, it doesn't matter what part of the body, right? Whenever you work out, you're still only targeting the muscle. It's getting our body fat percentage to a low enough number that we can then see the muscle. So as we start losing the body fat, you'll see that muscle. We all have abs. Our abdominal wall is there, right? You just can't see it. And that's because you have fat covering it. Now, as you continue to do cardio and strength training, because you want to make sure you're doing those together. If you're trying to lose weight, cardio is not going to be the fastest way to lose that weight. You need to combine strength training and cardio. I know cardio feels like you're losing weight faster because all the huffing and puffing and, the HIIT. But strength training is actually where you can burn more calories while you're also building muscle. Remember I told you when you build muscle, to maintain that muscle, it takes energy. And guess what we're trying to get rid of, y'all? Unused energy. So the more muscle I'm building, my body's having to use more energy to maintain that muscle. So I'm able to build muscle and lose some fat. Those are two different things. So you cannot turn muscle into fat and fat into muscle. Okay? You cannot do it. They're two different. You can work on building one and losing the other. So we have to make sure we're in a caloric deficit. As much as y'all think you're in a caloric deficit, you are not. You are not. Please don't lie to yourself. You are not. If you're not able to lose weight, if you're saying, LJ, I work out, I eat right, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. You're not. You're not in a caloric deficit. As much as you think you are, you're not. I don't care if you ate salad all day. If you're eating too much salad, you're still taking in way too many calories. So it's not always about what you're eating, it's how much you're eating. That is the problem. So that's why we have to be mindful of these protein shakes. Look at how, just because it has a lot of protein and it's good for us, look at the calorie count. Okay? That salad you get from Zaxby's, come on now. Just because it's a salad does not mean you're not consuming too many calories. And a salad is not the way to go. It is probably a better option than what you could have ate. But if you're going to get the ranch dressing and add some croutons and bacon, baby, just go ahead. No, I'm just, I would say, baby, just get that burger. But no, just be mindful of what you're eating with that salad, okay? Just be mindful. There's still such thing as too much of a good thing. So whether you think you're eating healthy, I eat a lot of fruit and veggies, but what's the calories? At the end of the day, y'all, it's about the calories. Calories, calories, calories. Calories is what equals fat. Your calories turn into fat. 3,500 calories equals 1 pound of fat. So we got to focus on the calories. The macros is just where you want to balance into your calories. So when it comes trying to figure out what type of calories I should get, that's when we break it down into our macros. That's when we look at our protein, our healthy fat, and our carbs. We want to make sure we balance that out to make sure we're giving our body what it needs. But yeah, there's no number of crunches you can do, sit-ups, Russian twists. It's good for building the muscle though. So, belly fat. Work on caloric deficit. Whenever I work out, I try to make sure I'm burning at least 500 calories with my workout. If you have an Apple Watch, I have mine set to burn 500 calories. That's what my plan is for the day with working out. Because I'm in a maintenance level, I'm not really trying to gain, lose. I'm trying to stay right where I am. It makes it a little easier when it comes to my nutrition. And I do get a few more calories that I can use in my lifestyle way of eating, okay? Does anybody have any question when it comes to belly fat? The answer is, how did you get belly fat? Let's go to the root cause. How did you get the belly fat? And once again, I'm not talking about my menopause ladies. I'm not talking about y'all. For those who don't deal with menopause, how did you get that belly fat? Eating. So let's do the reverse. Less of it. Calories. Calories, y'all. Yeah, poor eating habits. Poor eating habits is how we gained the weight. But for some reason, we want a magic pill or a loophole to how to get it off. There's no loophole, baby. I mean, surgery, sure. But we see how that turns out for a lot of people. Your body has your back if you have your body's back. You got to give and take. You got to give your body what you want it to accomplish. Thank you for the follow, y'all. I know I haven't been saying that, but I appreciate each and every one of you that follow me. Thank you for giving me the 20K likes, y'all. Let's go. Woo. If I have any questions about belly fat, please let me know. What questions do you have when it comes to belly fat? Okay, I'm going to move on from this topic in a minute. Belly fat, belly fat. I'm posed and my stomach is flat. I like being a size 4. Okay, look at you. So I talked to y'all last week about those of you who are going through menopause, post. I talked to you about how your estrogen and your progesterone, it decreases, right? And the estrogen is what provided that bone health. It helped regulate your mood, brain function, body fat distribution. So I explained that anybody who's in menopause, the things you have to do to be able to regulate that. So if I'm losing my estrogen and progesterone levels are going down, what can I do to combat that? Thank you, I appreciate that. So menopause, the way you combat the loss of estrogen, the decrease of it, is nutrition. We got to make sure we're getting our vitamin D, okay? Because remember, our estrogen is what was maintaining our bone health, okay? So we got to make sure we're getting our vitamin D, our calcium, and our protein, okay? So those are your main focus if you're going through menopause. That's what I need you to pay attention to, okay? When it comes to working out, you want to get 100 roughly 150 minutes of moderate exercise a week, not a day, a week, and then 75 minutes of like high intensity, right? That's also to help manage that weight gain, okay? We gotta try to manage that weight gain, because to burn that fat, we gotta burn calories, okay? Your body just isn't able to burn like it used to, so we gotta find ways to get in there and do it ourselves, and that's through working out. Woo. Working out helps maintain that muscle mass. It preserves that bone density, and also can help lower the risk of osteoporosis, okay? Woo. The things that can trigger, so in menopause, you can get triggered as well. So I talk about my endometriosis and my adenomyosis, and I talk about things that trigger me. For those of you in menopause, certain things that can trigger, like the hot flashes, will be eating spicy food, caffeine, alcohol. So if you're always wondering why I'm getting hot flashes, pay attention to maybe what you consume right before that hot flash. And it could be anywhere between starting right when you consume it to about 30 minutes to an hour after. Just pay attention, because alcohol, spicy food, caffeine, okay? Those can cause you to get some hot flashes. And I told y'all, I was on medication for 6 months. That put me in menopause. And baby, those hot flashes, thank you, are no joke. Sugar can definitely be a trigger. Sugar too. Sugar is definitely a trigger for me with my endo. So yeah. All roads lead to your nutrition. Woo. And just your lifestyle, baby. Your lifestyle. So I tried to jog a little bit. I know I'm kind of contradicting myself, because Saturday I ran, but I wasn't running like this, y'all. I was running a little faster. And then it had hills, and this jog ain't gonna do much for me. So, all right, y'all. Lifestyle matters for sure. So I know that y'all like to have a good time and go out and drink, or have a few drinks with your friends, and that's okay. If you're a drinker, of course, you know that red wine isn't a bad beverage to consume if you want that, feel look good. If you are an alcohol drinker, white alcohol is only the better. That's probably the only time you're gonna hear me say, y'all already heard me say like white condiments like mayo, sour cream, sugar, salt, ranch. But when it comes to alcohol, tequila, your whites, your clear, are actually the better ones to consume. Normally your browns have a little bit of wheat in them. So if you have endometriosis or anything like that, going with that tequila, the vodka, is actually better. But you want to do it without the extra like sugar and all that added, okay? Take a shot or something like that. Trust me, I know. But y'all know I don't really drink like that to begin with. Yep. You got it. All right, y'all. Water intake. Water intake, water intake. Yeah, I know I talk about this all the time. And water intake goes hand in hand with our gut health. That's what gets things moving. I told y'all, if you've ever had a colonoscopy, the main thing they want you to do is drink water. And if you've ever bought like the little over-the-counter like constipation medicine, I don't take creatine, but I'm not against it. I just don't take it. But I'm not against creatine. It has a lot of good benefits to it. But if you've ever taken the over-counter constipation medicine, if you really read the back of it, what that does is help the water get to your intestines. Okay? So I told you that your body kind of prioritizes what needs water, right? Because everything in your body needs it. Your organs, your blood, your tissue, your joints, your ligaments, like everything in your body is like, I need water, I need water. So your body will prioritize it. So that's why a lot of times we get muscle cramps, right? Because your muscles are like the last priority. Your body like, baby, do you want your organs to get this water, your joints to get this water, or your muscles? So a lot of times we get muscle cramps from being dehydrated. So we got to make sure we drink enough water. When it comes to our gut health, we want to make sure we get our colon moving. So we got to get that water in. I told you all you want to get 67% of your body weight in water. So for me, y'all can do the math for me because I haven't done it in a while. But I think for me, if I weigh 120 pounds, I think that's roughly like 80 point something ounces of water I'll need to consume. So 80. And then from this workout alone, I'm gonna have to add about 24 ounces to that. Hey, I have a question. Do you have your... So yes, I do use my watch to count my steps. How accurate is it? You know, they say it goes based off your hand swinging, like your motion of your hand. So I feel like it's probably more accurate than if the machine counted my steps, unless the machine did it based off of weight, and every time I press down on it, maybe. I feel like it's accurate. So yeah, I feel like my watch is pretty accurate. I need to get a new one, but I think it's pretty accurate. So please make sure you're getting your water in, y'all. You need to get your water. I lack in getting it too, especially because I know if you work at an office, you don't want to have to keep going to the bathroom throughout the day. And so I do understand, like, anytime I leave the house, I don't like drinking water because I don't like using public restrooms, to be honest. So, I mean, I will. Hell, I was in the military, so I've had my places of using the bathroom now. So I'm not too good for a public restroom, but if I can avoid it, I will. But the point I'm making is I understand that depending on what you do for a living, it might be hard for you to get a lot of water in. So just try to get it in as best you can. You need a lot of water. I was in the Army, first cav. So you gotta make sure you're getting that water. I know, to me, I feel like water is kind of, I don't say looked down upon, but especially here in the United States, we get it so easily. You can go to a restaurant, you can go through a drive-through and get a free cup of water, right? But make sure you're drinking that water. We need it. Your body is craving it. If you've ever had that feeling that you need to use the bathroom, but then when you go, nothing comes out, it's not always a UTI. That's your body's way of saying, I need some water. Okay? Not everything is a UTI. Okay? You just need some water. So when I was in Arizona, it's so funny because I'm from Florida. I lived in Texas. I've been deployed. So I've been in some hot places, right? And so when I went to Arizona, they were so big, like, make sure you have water everywhere. And I'm like, why? I went horseback riding while I was there, and they're like, make sure you bring water with you. I'm like, for an hour ride? Thank you, I appreciate that. But the lady who was leading us on the horse, she was going through her water. Me, I think I took a sip just because I brought it with me. So I'm like, why not? But it's so funny how that works. But I definitely will have to drink some water today. Even though it doesn't look like I'm sweating, I can definitely feel that my body's trying to cool itself down. So, you know, you lose water or sweat. You lose water through your sweat. And also salt. So, sometimes you gotta get that salt back in you. That's why it's good to do electrolytes after you've been running. Or if you've ever been running or seen somebody else who's been running for a really long time and they get done, you be like, what's all that white stuff? Good morning. Girl, oh, I can't see who said that. KG, what level are you driving on? 3.8. This is really a walking speed, but hey, good morning, girl. Kamisha, when's your bodybuilding show? So y'all, let's see what other topics we got. Deep core exercises. Okay, make it look so easy. Cause this 3.8 miles per hour is a walking level, walking speed. I can do this. I'm just running because I was trying to get more steps. That's why I say it just depends on your stride. I can make it look faster or walk very slow. Can I ask what fitness and nutrition qualifications you have? So I got certified through the National Academy of Sports Medicine. So you can look that up. It's one of the top, I guess you can say, schools to get accredited by. So when I first became a personal trainer, that's what I got accredited through. I also got some other certifications with them, like women's health. What's another one I got? I got like 3 or 4 of them with them. Another one where I can work with kids. So yeah, National Academy of Sports Medicine. And then I have life experience. I do this for a living. And so I think hands-on experience actually gives you more than any book could, to be honest. I've been training for over 10 years. Yeah. Let's see. Sorry, I missed this question. Did anyone ever work with you on running form? What part of foot? It depends on how you want to run. Yes. I actually coach track and field. I coach track and field for a living. I do AAU and USA track and field. The biggest thing we normally have to work with people on is arms. A lot of times people run out like this. So the arms tend to swing out. You want to have more of that up and down motion. I don't always run the way I'm supposed to, just because I don't want to. We all have a natural cadence of how our body just naturally flows. So sometimes I just let that happen. Some people, when you're sprinting, you tend to want the front half of your, it depends on how you're running. If you're sprinting, your heel would never hit the ground. And that's mostly what I work with is sprints. A lot of people run flat, so that whole foot is hitting the ground at one time. And so a lot of your impact is going down and not forward. So if you're trying to have some speed, you want to push off, right? So, for lack of better words, you want to run with the front half of your foot. LJ, can you help? What did I say? LJ, can you help you on your health? Oh, okay. Sorry, K. Ellis. I didn't know. I thought you were repeating somebody's question. But honestly, the way I run is heel toe, to be honest. So my heel, if you really pay attention to how you run, you'll barely see the difference or feel the difference. But my heel hits, and then my toe hits, and that's how I push off with my toes. Hey, Jay Bird. I keep missing these comments, y'all. Teresa, you on it. I've been missing you. Can't keep up with your times. How you working? Oh, yeah. I'm on here at 7:30. So YouTube, I'm on here at 7:30. Tuesday and Wednesday. So I'll be back on here tomorrow. YouTube at 7:30. For TikTok, I'm on here 7:30. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. And then Thursday night. And then Sunday, we talk nutrition. So deep core exercise. Next topic. Deep core exercises. So remember I talked to y'all If you're able to join me on Thursday nights are more for my subscribers and super fans. We do abs/core. People use ab and core, they interchange them, but those mean two different things. For lack of better words, to simplify it, your abs are your aesthetics, right? Your abs are your muscles that you define here. Jay Bird, what you wanted me to say? What were we talking about that you want me to repeat, Jay Bird? But when it comes to deep core exercises, your core is more so your torso. This is the core of your body, right? This is your center of gravity. My times, 7:30 in the morning on TikTok. Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm on YouTube at 7:30 as well. So right now I'm on YouTube. Hey, y'all. But Monday and Fridays, I'm on YouTube at 11:30. So when it comes to our core, this is your center of gravity. So if you ever realize that anytime you bring something away from your body, it gets harder, right? Because you're pulling away from your center of gravity. So when you do front raises, when you do lateral raises, anything that just pulls away from your body, like, geez, I normally can use this weight so easily, but when I pull it away from my body, it gets heavier. You're pulling away from your center. So our abs are the aesthetic part, our muscles, and then our core includes our hips, our lower back, okay? So it loops all the way around is our core. So not this past Thursday, but the one before that, the main thing I focused on were core exercises. Core exercises are more so what you want to do for functional movement. So just think about what you do on an everyday, or what you could do, right? So like high knees, or climbers. I'm trying to think of some other exercises I did that day. Is anything that's really going to engage your hips to move? Let me think. I don't know, I'm having a brain freeze. Let's look it up. I just did this whole workout for y'all last Thursday. I think like even the dead bug is a good one. It's funny, as soon as I bring it up, I say dead bug. Dead bug, bird dog, side plank, hollow body hold, flutter kicks, leg raises. So it's really anything that's going to engage your hips. I'm jogging on a walking pad. I can walk on it too, but I'm on a walking pad. Bear holds. Yeah, that's a good one, Legacy. So anything that's going to engage that back, those hips, that makes you engage your core in general. So I always tell y'all to engage your core. That means bring your navel in towards your spine. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. A walking pad is good. Walking in general is good because it's low impact on your body. So when it comes to your ligaments and joints, for longevity purposes, walking is better. Running, you burn way more calories. So I will say that when I went on that 5-mile run, I burned 500 and something calories in 50 minutes, right? Whereas I've been walking on here and I'm at 350, but I've been walking on here for double the time. Put those with. So I just did a seated workout yesterday. So if you want to check that one out, do you have modified exercises for those with limited mobility or injuries? So yes, the one I just posted yesterday was anybody who doesn't have good lower body mobility. So if you just want to do a seated workout, I did that one yesterday. In the future, I will be showing a piece of equipment that I have here that's good for leg extensions and leg curls. If you don't have the capacity to put something on your back and squat, because a lot of times when we work our legs, we tend to want to use a barbell for more of that weight. So I do have something that I will be using eventually to show y'all a better way to do leg extension, leg curls without having to put a lot of weight on your back. So yeah, I got you. I'm slowly trying to get more videos like that. It's in the works. It's in the works. Sometimes I do show modifications on some of my videos. It's not often, but I feel like a lot of the exercises I do are already kind of modified. I don't do any type of jumping. So I don't do plyometrics. So your watch is off. Well, no, I don't burn easily when it comes to walking. My heart rate doesn't get up. I need to get motivated to walk today. I had a late night work. I did 2 miles when I can. Okay. Your calorie burn is going to be based off your size and your fitness level. So, okay, RJ, so I'm talking about lost 21 pounds, y'all. So for me, let's see. I'm trying to get to my heart rate. I'm over 10,000 steps, y'all. Just so you know. Why can't I get to my heart rate? Oh. So yeah, my heart rate's not high enough. When I went on that 5-mile run, it was up there. And that's why I was burning so fast. Here, my heart rate got to 127, and that was from me jogging. Walking is only like close to 100. My resting heart rate is like anywhere between 45 to 54. So remember, the lower your resting heart rate, that means your heart isn't having to pump as fast. So when it comes to, or as hard. So when it comes to cardiovascular health, that's another reason why walking is good. Some type of movement, because we got to remember, we don't want our body to overwork. So we want to give our heart everything it needs. Yeah, 355 calories. I think that's always crazy. But when I tell you my heart rate was so high on that 5-mile run, and that's because I'm not in shape to run distance. Disclaimer, I was a sprinter in school. So distance running is not my friend, but I do enjoy doing it. Your thoughts on using a weighted vest. So I get asked this question often when it comes to using a weighted vest. I'm on the train. I'm on it. I agree with doing a weighted vest. It does help you burn more calories, but I would not recommend running with it on or doing like plyometric type movements with it on. Even though it may feel light, your ligaments and joints will pay for it long term. Okay? For anybody who's ever been in the military, they always tell you, you may feel fine now, but some months, years later, you will feel all of this. Right? That's from carrying that rucksack, from running with your weapon and boots and heavy gear on. In the moment, you feel fine. It's same with a weighted vest. I've seen weighted vests go up to like 20 pounds. They might even go heavier than that. But they're okay to walk with. I definitely recommend walking with it. But of course, keep it balanced. Maybe go back and forth between walking with it one day and then not with it the next day. Give your body a little bit of rest. And you'll probably notice on the days you're not wearing it, you're actually moving a little faster. I can bear witness to that 20 years. So I'm assuming you served, right? Did you serve? Ooh, y'all. I've been walking for 97 minutes. Well, thank you for your service. Which branch were you in? So yeah, I'm not against weighted vests. I'm not against them at all. People always ask me about weighted vests. Okay, Army. Okay, let's go. Boots on the ground, baby. Look at you, Kay Ellis. So y'all, my walking pad always stops at 99 and some change. So Kay Ellis is on it, knowing that it's gonna stop on me. Let's see how many steps I'm at. I'm at 10,500 steps. Oh, yours just stopped. So I'm at 98 minutes right now, according to my walking pad. Try to see where I'm at with my steps. So it's gonna stop in about another minute and I have to restart it. I'm at 5.5 miles walk. Normally I'm a little further along, so I did move a little slower today, y'all. So on average, I probably would have been about done with my 12,000 steps. So every day you walk on the pad. So every Tuesday is the only day I work, just on Tuesdays. Yeah, I walked a little slower today. I walked at like 2 miles per hour for a little longer than normal. Sometimes you gotta let your body just get in the groove. And my body was not feeling it when I first got on. So on average, I probably would have finished the 12,000 steps by now. And I'm so competitive that I probably would have tried to beat my best. But sometimes you gotta understand, there's no, like, what's the reward? Just knowing I beat my old time, or my body feeling good while moving a little slower. So I went with the second. I'll still be less than 2 hours though. And then of course I was sometimes not walking with my hand. I was like typing and doing different things. So my steps are a little off. But I always say your body knows the work you put in, right? You gotta listen to your body. Different workouts. Tomorrow is leg day. Friday is full body. Yep. Yeah, why I still got surprised when it cut off on me. I don't know why it surprised me. Like I didn't know it was coming. So yes, tomorrow is leg day. Tomorrow I am going to try to push myself, and that's the reason why I'm trying to slow down a little bit today. I do plan on pushing myself weight-wise. So normally my leg days will take a little longer because when you're working with heavier weights, you know, it's okay to move slower. So I will have my barbell. I'm probably going to use it as a landmine. Y'all seen that before? Where, almost like the barbell is like in a corner. You can lift the other side of it. So I don't have a landmine, so I just changed my barbell into one. Hey, tasty. That's how you say it. So I'm just gonna turn my barbell into a landmine where I'm pretty much gonna put all the weight. I'm gonna front load my side and then put a little bit of weight on the back side. And that helps keep it in place. Do you have a list of equipment you use or recommend? So I recommend a good set of dumbbells. So anywhere between 10 to 20 pounds, but also depends on 30K. So I'm talking about, y'all, way to tap it up. Of course, it depends on male or female, what your goals are, what's your current weight. But for me and what I've been trying to achieve, I think the highest I'll go with dumbbells is maybe 25. With kettlebell, I'll probably go as high as 45. And then I have my barbell, which goes up to 100. You're off today? Okay, RJ. I just recommend equipment that doesn't take up a lot of space, but that can get the job done. I love my Bosu ball. My Bosu ball is the one where it's the black side on one, it's the blue ball on the other. And that's good for balance and stability and mobility. So I love using my Bosu ball. I don't use it often on camera just because I don't know how many people have it. And so I want the equipment to make sense. And here I am complaining, lifting 5 pounds. Well, KG, you got to do what works for you. For most people, I try to tell them to start at a minimum of 10 pounds because trust me, your body can do it. It's mind over matter. If you tell yourself you can do it, I had to get on my sister, not my twin, my other sister, because she uses, she might be on here listening. She was telling me how she was using 10-pound dumbbells. I was like, girl, if you don't change them dumbbells. So you can do it. I used to work at a gym, and we didn't even have anything less than 10 pounds in there. So, and we had 60-year-old women in there. You can do it. We have nothing less than a 10-pounder in there. So trust me. I think 10 pounds is the, if you're a beginner, is where you should start, and then keep moving it up. Hey Dante, what's going on? I see you made it on. So I got TikTok going right here, and I got you all going right here. So I've been walking now for an hour, 44 minutes. If I can do it, you can do it. Tell them, Tina. Trying to tell you. And that's just how my mind works. I always believe if somebody else can do it, I can do it too. So it may just take me a little longer, but I can do it. You're welcome for the encouragement. I don't use it all the time, so when I do, my arms hurt. I be missing your live. I try to make it. I know you try to make it. I appreciate everybody that gets on when they can. We all got our own lives. We got work to do. So I get it. I'm at 11,000 steps, y'all. Let me go ahead and increase this speed. I'm over here playing. Let's go ahead and finish this last 1,000 out. Let me stop playing. Okay, another, it was, how do I balance cardio and strength training? So, strength training, I think, should take the bulk of your workout week. Remember, strength training, you build muscle, and you also can burn fat because you're burning calories, right? So if I had to set up my week, I mean, y'all see my week, but if I set up my week as a beginner, I would do maybe 30 minutes of an arm workout and then do 15 to 20 minutes of cardio afterwards. That's if I'm only going to the gym 3 days a week. I'm only going to the gym 3 days a week. That's it. If I'm a beginner, I would do arms for about 30 minutes. That's a good 3 rounds, about 4 to 6 exercises. Do 3 rounds. And then once I get done with that, I'll do cardio for 20 minutes. You're in and out the gym in an hour. Tuesday, I would rest. But if you want to, you can do some type of cardio. Then Wednesday, I'll do leg day. And this is for my beginners. My leg day, once again, I'll pick anywhere between 4 to 6 exercises. I would do 3 rounds, 10 to 12 reps. And then I would go walk or do something like that, just get my legs still flowing after tightening them up with that workout. So on arm day, I'll probably run, do the stepper, Jacob's ladder. But on leg day, I'll probably just walk after the workout. And then Friday, I would do full body. Right now, I split mine up. I do 20 minutes of full body resistance, and I do 20 minutes of cardio. So, and that's HIIT. That's how I would break it up if I was doing, if I want to try to balance out my strength and my cardio, and I'm a beginner. For my people who are a little more advanced, we tend to have push-pull days. We'll break up our muscle groups. Monday might be one thing. So arm days on Monday, might do a little bit of cardio after. Tuesday do cardio. Wednesday do leg day. Depending on which muscle group you really want to hit, you're throwing that 2 a day or 2 times a week. So if I'm really trying to get my arms a certain way, I would do arms again on Thursday, and then do a little bit of cardio, and then full body on Friday. There's just so many different ways. There's no right or wrong way, I feel like. Just gotta make sure it's all balanced. No problem, KG. I do 4 days, but a split leg day. I do back leg day and quad day. Otherwise, I understand that. Yeah, so right. In a nutshell, y'all, just follow LJ. Let's go, LJ. There you go, Dante. Tell them. Yeah, just follow me, and I got you. I got you. I will say that if you're someone who's trying to tone up your arms, I would recommend throwing in 2 arm days a week. Or if you're somebody trying to work on legs, do 2 leg days a week. So because I do arms on Monday, I would do arms again on that Thursday. And that's because I want that rest day on Tuesday. I'm hitting legs on Wednesday. So I'll use Thursday as another arm day. If I do legs on Wednesday, you can always take your full body day off on Friday and just do legs on Friday again. So you do Wednesday, break on Thursday, leg day again on Friday. So I'm at 11,500, y'all. I'm getting there. I got like 4 or 5 topics I still didn't hit. I'm actually gonna look up some weights after this. Matter of fact, let me see. 20-pound dumbbell. Let's see how much a 20-pound dumbbell costs, y'all. Let's see, I'm just gonna see what it, okay. So from Walmart, I can get it for $17. And that's just for one. So I'm looking at spending $34 with tax. It'll probably come up to what, like $37, $36, $37? So almost $1 a pound. Okay. With 5 miles, yeah, I'm a little over 5 miles right now, and I'm gonna hit 12K. Was about to say $40. You got it, Dante. $40. I thought it was gonna be maybe like $45 total, but we just hit right under the $40 mark, and that's if you go to Walmart. Target is $35. We don't shop there anyway. But I want to shame them. $35 for a 20-pound dumbbell. Come on now. Be so for real. Be so for real. Y'all know that Played Against Sports, y'all, just as expensive as a regular sports store. Like Academy. I'm like, baby, I thought this was Played Again. I thought we get the after price, the used up price. Off market. Yeah, I want to find something because I definitely want to increase the amount of weights I have here. I really want to get some heavier kettlebells. I want to get like 45-pound kettlebells. Let's see how much a kettlebell costs. How much? What y'all guess on a 45-pound kettlebell? Don't Google it. Take your guess on a 45-pound kettlebell. How much you think it costs? $45. Yeah, just for one. For a 45-pound kettlebell, okay, $70. How much you said? You said $28? Okay, so for a 45-pound, oh yeah, I might need to get a Black Friday deal. For a 45-pound, oh, this is 50, so never mind. For a 50-pound, it's $48 from Walmart. Let's see for the 45. I don't know what type of kettlebell this is, but why does this thing say $83? Child. I think it's the brand. From Walmart, from a different, for I guess another type of kettlebell, it's $50. For a Nike rubber coated kettlebell from Dick's, it's $52. So this is why most people just go to the gym. Your long-term investment, okay, let's see Amazon. It's pulling up. I'm definitely not paying for the brand. Me neither. I just need to wait. Y'all see my kettlebells? They're orange. You think I care about the brand? Okay, so on Amazon, let's see. They're about $1 a pound. The 30-pound one is 31. The 25 one is 26. The 35 pounds, 32. Once again, it depends on the brand. Oh, this 50-pound one costs $109. Which I know after COVID, a lot of the fitness equipment went up in price because so many people stopped going to the gym, right? And we all started buying equipment. So a lot of people are now working out at home because after COVID, we learned I can do so much at home. I'm trying to find a 45-pound one. But yeah, that's why most people decide just to go to the gym. I'm pretty sure I hit my 12,000. Let's see. Yeah, I'm at 12,285. Like a half-year membership. I was never stressing COVID. Sorry, y'all, that's loud in your ear. But I'm about to slow my walking pad back down to get my heart rate back down. My heart rate's already down. It really get my legs adjusted. Let me say that. Today is not for my heart rate. Normally my heart rate is really elevated. Sometimes, not all the time. But I try to get my heart rate back down. Today, my heart rate's not elevated at all. I'm just trying to get my legs to come back down off of that workout. I wish you could give me yours, but you know, you can use that weight to do deadlifts and stuff. So if you have like a heavy barbell, kettlebell, use it to do deadlifts. I think a lot of times we only focus on upper body, but you know, you get some good deadlifts in with that weight. It's too heavy, I'm weak. Well, build up to it. I think you can do it. I think you definitely can do it because, you know, with the deadlift, you're just holding it in your hand and you're more so using your body, your legs, your hamstrings. Concrete block. Yeah, I'm about to be like Michael Jackson. You know, y'all ever seen Jackson 5? Where he had to move in them blocks? That's what I'm gonna do for my workout. Because, baby, these prices, I'm gonna go find me a construction site. I hit my goal, y'all. So I hit 12,000 steps. So many other things. Yeah, you can definitely use a lot of other things for weights. I tell y'all that all the time. You don't have to actually use an actual like kettlebell. You can grab anything. Shoot, I can use my couch to squat. Use your children. Get your kids to get on your back. Y'all know how you sit them on around your neck. If you got a little one who weighs like, they didn't gotta be super little. I say a child that weighs anywhere between 50 to 100 pounds. Let them get on your back. That'd be some good squats right there. You can do some lunges. They need to hold still. They can't be doing all that wobbling and moving. Let me borrow one of y'all kids. I'll feed them, you know. I feel so much better. I hate when I speak positive, a double positive. I feel better from this walking today. I told y'all when I woke up, I really wasn't feeling myself. But you know, when you work out, it helps with your mental. So I always tell people if you're depressed, go for a walk. And I know that doesn't help. Trust me, I know that doesn't help. It doesn't like fix it 100%. But what I'm telling you, it will at least get you out of that moment. A lot of times when we're dealing with depression or we're dealing with certain things in our life, getting out of that simple moment can change so much. Because the longer you sit in that moment, the worse it gets. And so by going on a walk, you got your serotonins, your dopamines, your endorphins that starting to get released. You start to feel better about yourself. You start to look at life different. So I'm not saying it's the end all be all, but try to just go for a walk. Safe walk, not near no bridges. A safe walk, y'all. Not near no traffic. Oh my gosh, yes, I was not feeling it. And seeing you, I'm getting ready. That's what I'm talking about, RJ. Because my bed was so comfortable this morning. I was sleeping good, y'all. You said you want kids. One day I'm gonna use my kids, y'all, on here as a workout. Y'all gonna see. That's why I started walking. And that's why I told myself to get up. Walking is probably the easiest form of exercise you can do. And so that's why I made it a casual Tuesday for me. Because I feel like every other day I have to get, I have to put on actual workout clothes. So in order to make Tuesday less stressful, that's why I make it more of a just casual day. Like, doesn't matter. Just get on. Teresa, what you saying $55 to? Sorry, I got I got YouTube and TikTok going, so I'm just trying to pay attention to both. But that is my goal, y'all, to maybe have kids one day. I keep going back and forth on this whole kids thing. Seeing what it's like out there in the world, I'm like, baby, I don't know. Life is already stressful enough to have to worry about a little one. So I'll figure it out. But Tuesdays are casual Tuesdays, y'all. Come as you are, throw on whatever. It's about getting that work in, not about how we look. I was telling my sister the other day, I have two sisters, y'all. I have two sisters. But I was talking to one of them and I was like, I don't know how you do it. There's so much that I want for myself that the idea of having to take time to buy things, and I guess it sounds selfish, but I couldn't imagine my life without my kids. But I do understand not wanting them in today's world. I've been wanting kids for a very long time because I was in my 20s. Anybody who knows me, who's close to me, knows how much I want kids. My YouTube family knows how much I want kids. But it's just I go back and forth all the time about the situation. Right now, I am in a place where I'm enjoying just the idea of being able to get up and go without having to worry about a child or what my child needs and feeding my child. Like, it's a lot of work. So I'm at that place right now. Y'all know I'm 37. So I'm at that place to where it's like, all right, you getting up there. Geriatric, figure it out. And so I feel like I'm kind of up against the wall with like, all right, it's time to have these kids. Or do I keep trying to enjoy life? My life was put off for so long because I was in the military. And after I got the military, I was trying to pursue my own career as an entrepreneur. And then in 2022, I got sick and that kind of derailed everything. Where I had to have surgeries and it just took me out the loop. And so it was like hard for me to want to rebuild. I'm like, Lord, I do not feel like rebuilding, baby. Like, come on. From 2016 to 2022, I worked so hard to build my business. And then when I got sick and had to let it all go, I did have to let it all go. And I tried to pivot. And that's where Be Your Body Goals kind of came into place. Shortly before that, Be Your BG came into place in 2020, beginning of 2021. So I had to kind of lean on Be Your Body Goals, which actually came into place because of COVID. Um, but the all the effort and work I put in from when I got the military up to that point, I was just like, man, how do you start over? I felt crushed for a big part of that. I was like, baby, I did not feel like starting over. So the point I'm making is, yeah, I feel like a lot of time got wasted with me trying to rebuild my career and get going and try to figure life out and deal with my medical condition. And now I'm just like, I'm just ready to have fun. I want to live life. But it's like, baby, you don't got much time before you need to make decisions on kids. I experienced severe postpartum depression after my last kid, so I decided it was best not to have any more. How many do you have, Lake, if you don't mind sharing? I would have 2 kids if the women I was with didn't have. Ooh. All right, Dante. I learn something new about you every time. I had to cut my steps back to 8K because I was losing too much weight. Okay, yeah. You got to listen to your body and see how it's reacting. I started working out, changing my eating habits, and was able to find myself again. That's how I started too. 2 girls, 9 and 10. Okay. I tell y'all that too, though. That's where this walking pad came from. This walking pad came from me being in a state of like, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm kind of tired of, like, I don't know how to restart. Like, I put so much time and effort into my career after the military the first time. And then with me getting sick, I was like, baby. So I was in that state of like, I don't feel like doing anything. And that's when I got the walking pad. I started walking and I started seeing a change in like how my body was, my mind was. I started feeling like me again. So that's why I tell y'all, just start walking a little bit. Like, we got to take things day by day. I don't even look at the whole week anymore. I just take it day by day. I used to look at the whole week. Like, you try to plan out, okay, Monday through Friday, we got this. I don't even have the capacity to look that far out. Once today's almost finished, that's when I'm going to start preparing for Wednesday. Yes, I just took off walking and one thing led to another. My YouTube family knows that already, that I started on YouTube back in like February, March time frame is when I started walking. And that first month, all I did was walk. Monday through Friday, I just walked. And after a while, I felt like they were probably tired of seeing me walk. And I also was getting kind of tired of just walking. So that's when I started to introduce strength training. So I started doing strength training with just my 3-pound dumbbells. If you look on my TikTok and you scroll down, you'll see that I wasn't using any heavy weights. And then once I started getting myself back in the groove of strength training, that's when I started introducing my 12 and 15s. So my YouTube fam, they've been with me since the very beginning, y'all. Watching me walk. Walk and talk. I've been doing walk and talk for quite some time, but I was just doing it on YouTube, though. So now y'all got me over here doing it. Yeah, look for me on there. It's Get Fit with LJ. So anytime y'all miss anything I do on here, you can go on there. And all my lives are recorded and uploaded. Yeah, Teresa. My day one. Val, today I took my workout. Like, baby, your heart rate is too low. Are you done working out? Right now I'm at 13,000 steps. When I first started walking, I ran into a bunch of wild pigs. So I started going to the gym. Where you live, Lake? And walk. Open space. Oh, okay. Thank you for providing the platform. Thank you all. Thank you, Butterfly Queen. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, you will always get an authentic LJ on here. I appreciate y'all for even coming on here and working out with me. I truly feel blessed because I do know there's a lot of people who get on here and do the same exact thing I'm doing. And there's some people who do the same exact thing that I'm doing. They get way more views, and there's some that get way less. So I'm just appreciative where I'm at. You know, I'm always gonna look at my lane and where I'm at. So y'all know I'm a track person. So I'm always, and I'm literally talking about a track lane. I'm gonna stay in my lane. Um, I'm not looking to the left or right of me. So I appreciate y'all because you definitely could do something else with your time. I think that's what people forget. None of us owe anybody anything, except for those of you who have kids who are under the age of 18. um, which I get what I'm saying. In life, we don't really owe anybody anything, especially our time, our energy, and effort. So any time and energy y'all give to me, I'm always so appreciative because coming on here, I originally came on here just to keep accountability. Y'all know that just because I love fitness, I'm passionate about it, I can talk about it all day. I get tired of it too. I'm not a robot. Got you working out. That's what I'm talking about. And I get excited whenever I inspire somebody to work out. That's the whole goal. That's the mission, is to keep everybody healthy, get as many extra days on this earth that we can by staying a little healthier, right? Uh, but yeah, I started going live just to keep myself accountable because I'm the type of person that once I tell you something, I got to stick with it. Like on Saturday, that whole 5 mile run, before I even started, I was like, okay, how many miles should I do today? And the number 5 came up. So guess what? I had to do 5. No matter how I felt, I had to do 5. So when I tell y'all I'm gonna do something, believe me, unless my body is just not working with me that day, that's the only way I'm not getting on here, because once I say it, I gotta stick with it. So y'all keep me accountable. That's why I have to watch my mouth with y'all. Just like that day, y'all asked me if I was gonna I think that was last Wednesday. Was it last Wednesday? Y'all asked me about if my video was gonna be on YouTube. And I was like, and I said, okay, I'll upload it to YouTube. So I did the editing. I redid the workout. I did the editing. I added the timer. That took so long. I was like, this is why I don't do this. But I told y'all I would do it. So I had to put it on YouTube. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. We're at 33,000 likes, y'all. Appreciate it. You want to experience more in life, Dante? We all do. We all do. So there were a few topics I wasn't able to hit. So resistance bands, supplements. Where am I at? Red light therapy benefits, our hormone levels. Is it the bioidentical therapy? Purple Diva said, I appreciate you. I was working out with a group of ladies. They became sick and need accountability. And I need accountability. Shoot. Y'all are my accountability partner, and I'm yours. That's how we're going to look at it. We are each other's accountability partner. I'm just glad I got this done, y'all. Y'all don't feel like proud of yourself when you work out, when you didn't feel like it? I just feel so proud of myself. I've been working out for, y'all, it's been years, pretty much my whole life. I feel like I've always worked out. But when I tell you, it never gets old for me to feel proud of myself for working out when I know I didn't feel like it. So this walk today, man, I feel so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself. I was able to get a total of almost 6 miles according to my watch. My walking pad, I definitely hit over 6 miles, but my watch says 5.8, 472 active calories. So remember, after you walk, you're still going to have that metabolic burn. So if you want to continue to see where your calories grow, keep your watch on. Metabolic burn is like that afterburn from your workout. So your body's still kind of going even after you stop working out. So you're going to keep burning calories. So this workout kind of jump started your day, but you're going to see a bigger calorie burn than if you just woke up and didn't work out. You know, everybody always sees your fitness they see your body change before you do. Normally, we're the last person to see it. Thank you, Kirk. I keep going back and forth between Kirk and Dante with you. I think Dante, I'm always stuck on that name. So I'm going to go back and forth between the two. Just got on the treadmill because of you. Thank you. Thank you, Nurse Mickey. Y'all make me so happy when y'all say stuff like that. Like, and I mean that with everything in me. Because some days it definitely gets hard to keep doing this. Because after a while, you just get tired, right? It's just like, especially if you don't have a goal per se that you're trying to achieve. Like for me, I just want to be healthy. I got to make sure my body, just because of my endo and my adenomyosis, I just got to make sure, I keep my body moving. But some days I'm just like, what is all this for? Like, my 600-pound life, they seem happy to me. Some of them. They got family, comfort food. So, I mean, hey. Whew. Yeah, I got to stop this walking pad. Even if I just got to stay in here. Let me pause my watch. Oh, I thought the battery went out on me. So I officially stopped at 5.82 miles. 475 active calories, but total calories is 623. Remember, your total calories is how many calories you're burning without the workout. Because remember, your body burns even if you were to lay in bed all day. I need to lose 15 pounds. So I definitely have a goal. You're changing lives. But thank you. Yeah, you definitely got this. Y'all, if you're trying to lose weight, you got to make sure it all starts in the kitchen. Some people get tired of hearing that, but remember I told y'all, always go to the root cause. Always go to why did I gain the weight? And a lot of times it's from what we're eating. Matter of fact, what we're drinking. Don't forget, the things you drink also have sodium, sugar, calories. And I think we pay so much attention to food being the issue that we forget that the beverages we consume can also be the issue. So if you're a heavy drinker, you're always drinking a lot of Starbucks and not just black coffee, but you're adding in those creamers, the sugar, the whatever else. Be mindful of that. Yeah. You just have a fast metabolism and yeah. You burn really fast, Dante. Yep, water. I do lots now. If y'all not following, please make sure you follow your girl. Follow, follow, follow. Can we switch? Yesterday I did post a seated workout. Make sure y'all check that out. We're trying to figure out what's a good workout I can do for just sitting. Tomorrow we have leg day. So YouTube, I'm back on here at 7:30 in the morning. I'll be on here. We got leg day. I am going to try to lift heavier. Normally, because I do this workout twice, I can't, I don't want to lift this heavy. That way I'm not tired for that second time. But if you're like, hey, LJ, I want to work out with you tomorrow. What do I need? Tomorrow, I'm using my kettlebell. I'm going to have everything out here. I'm going to have my kettlebells, my barbell. I think I'm just going to use kettlebells and dumbbells. Kettlebells and barbell tomorrow. If you don't have a barbell, that's okay. Can you just stay live all day for my convenience? I went on one of your lives, Lake. I went on there. Thank you, Dante. Stay beautiful. I appreciate it. Y'all know I love a good compliment. So tomorrow, barbell, kettlebells. If you just have kettlebells or dumbbells, that's fine. Use what you have. I try not to use my barbell just because I know a lot of times people cannot figure out how to use that dumbbell or kettlebell in the same capacity. But I'll show you tomorrow. If I am using my dumbbell, I'll show you also how to use your dumbbell kettlebell in the same way. Nope, you didn't even say hi to me, and I engaged in everything, Lake. I really don't think you knew who I was, to be honest. I don't think for some reason I don't think you recognize my name. I don't know why, but I feel like that's what it was. Um, so tomorrow, 7:30. I'll get on around 7:30. It's okay. Um, 7:30, but my workout starts at 7:40, y'all. 7:40. Make sure you're ready to go at 7:40. We're gonna start with our dynamic warm-up. The dynamic warm-up is gonna take anywhere between 5 to 8 minutes, so we can really make sure. Yeah, you're talking about your chemical peel. We're really gonna work on our hip engagement. Okay, so y'all already know we gotta loosen that up before we work out. So 7:30 tomorrow, my workout starts at 7:40. I'm using my kettlebells, my barbell. The goal is to lift heavy. Remember, leg days, we can lift heavier. It's not arm days. So I want no excuses, ladies. We can lift heavy when it comes to legs. Okay, we got it. Our power is in these hips, baby, and these legs. Your legs already hurt. My hips are still a little sore or tight from the run, but tomorrow's leg day is gonna loosen all that up. Okay. We're gonna really engage these hamstrings. I'm dedicated to showing people that you can accomplish your fitness goals at home. Another day, another dollar. And then Thursday night, y'all, we got abs at 7 p.m. So that's the one day I do work out at night. Is on Wednesday. We got abs or core. We're gonna always mix core and abs together so that we engage both. Okay, Lake, get it in. And Lake, you don't even look old enough to have kids that age, by the way. You look good, girl. I am from Florida. Don't reach. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. So once I get off here and I get everything settled, I'll check my DMs. Okay. As a mother of three, count me in. Let's go, y'all. So I'm excited. Leg day tomorrow. I try to keep my leg days pretty simple and not bring a lot of equipment into the equation because I don't want it to look overwhelming, nor do I want you to feel like you can't accomplish the same workout I'm doing with what you have. But we're going to do anywhere between 4 to 6 exercises. So I'm going to increase it to 4 rounds. I don't know if I always do 4 rounds on leg day. I think for the most part, I've done 3. All the face my healthy because I still feel 20. I'm 31. Okay, yeah, you look good for 31. I mean, 31's not old, but I'm just saying, I would have thought you were in your 20s. Okay, can y'all hear me now? Sorry, y'all, my mic died. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I could switch my mics out, but my other mic's right there. I'm about to get off, so I'm not going to switch my mics out. So yeah, my mic died, y'all. Or maybe I turned it off by mistake. I don't know because it's back on. But anyway, I'm not the only one who can't. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I'm back. Oh, you had a back workout. Okay, way to get it in. Remember, we always want to work opposing muscle groups, so we're going to keep engaging that core. We also want to make sure we're hitting that back, or abs, should I say. Core is the whole thing, but we want to make sure we are hitting that back. So that's why on leg days, I like to make sure we're hitting lower back. We're going to do some good mornings tomorrow. Good mornings. We'll do some RDLs, some B stance, some sumo squats, hit those inner thighs. Y'all come ready tomorrow. Come ready to work. 7:30 in the morning, y'all. I'm on the East Coast, okay? You'll be ready, Tina? Okay. Right, late, because the name, chest day only. Woo. Yeah, my upper body is popping and locking. Hey, thank you for engaging. I'm sorry I didn't see you come into the chat. Oh, thank you. Because I feel like I look a hot mess, right? But thank you. I appreciate that. All right, y'all. I'm going to get up out of here. It is now 10 o'clock, man. I've been on here for 2.5 hours. That's crazy. 2.5 hours. So it's Tuesday, y'all, start of our week. Yesterday we did arms. Today we did cardio. So if you didn't work out with me today, it's okay. But you today do some type of movement. I want you to at least try to get out and about, be active. So being active could simply be if you're shopping today, let's park a little further out so we can walk a little more steps to get inside. Get up instead of having your kids get the remote for you, turn the light on, grab you something from the kitchen. You get up and get it, okay? Stop using these babies. Let's stay moving, okay? You get up. Okay, hey QW from France. Shot till you drop. Buy me some weights while you at it, okay? Buy me some weights, okay? I gotta force my kids to get up. I wish they would wake me up. So, all right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. Today was a good, I think I hit a total of 13,337 steps. So I'm about to go check my DMs, eat some breakfast. So make sure I get y'all protein in. And then I got some work for the rest of the day. So I got some Be Your Body Goals work. But I will see y'all tomorrow, 7:30. Get some carbs in tonight, y'all. Get your carbs in. Carbs. Remember, it's good. Don't overeat. Don't overeat. But make sure you're getting some good carbs in, some pasta, some rice for leg day tomorrow, okay? That way you have some good energy. Tomorrow morning, before we work out, if you want to eat banana with some peanut butter or something like that, that's also good before the workout. Just something light to give you that energy, okay? So you give 100% effort for leg day. All right, y'all. Now I can get off. Be safe. Happy Tuesday, but most of all and best of all, be blessed. All right, y'all.